shootings, murders. To the outside world, this is the face of Northern Ireland. It is an image that has dogged this part of the United Kingdom and its 1.6 million people since 1969, when the latest phase of the sectarian troubles began. While there's no denying the appalling effects of that violence, what many may not know is that today, Northern Ireland is both a place for business and industry. Confidence has been returning, and the province is now keen to attract more foreign investors, clearly hoping their arrival will help Northern Ireland shed its image as one of the trouble spots of Europe. Foreign investment is in fact not new to Northern Ireland, and companies like DuPont and Ford have over the last 30 years been attracted by the province's well-developed infrastructure and a local pool of labor. These two factors, together with grants and government subsidies, proved decisive in attracting forklift truck manufacturer Hyster, a subsidiary of Hyster-Yale of the United States, to Northern Ireland 11 years ago.
In the mid-1970s, Hyster realized that if they didn't produce a low-cost, high-quality product, in the 1980s they mightn't be a Hyster anymore. So they set about designing a new product, which they codenamed the XL product. I'm sure security was a decision in their thoughts, but it wasn't a major factor in deciding whether to come to Northern Ireland or not. Major advantages that Hyster have gained since they came to Northern Ireland is the attitude of the people, the productivity of the people, the quality of the people produce, the continually accepting change in the way we do things within the facility, and that has been key to the success of the company.
Indeed, such is the faith of Hyster in Northern Ireland. Since locating its plant here, the company is now expanding the factory as part of a $57 million investment program designed to introduce a new generation of forklift trucks. Shortly after the arrival of Hyster in the province, the government established the Industrial Development Board to help development of the manufacturing and service sectors and to attract new investment from abroad to join traditional industries like shipbuilders Harland and Wolff. The board is keenly aware the area is not high on investors' shopping lists. The IDB has in the past been criticized for simply dishing out the cash and leaving the new arrivals to it. It handed out around $146 million in the year to 1990. But the board is now adopting a more consultative role, offering training and marketing support.
Well, as part of the United Kingdom, we're in the EC with a very large market there, as you know, of 320 million people. We have a very well-educated young labour force, and unlike other parts of the United Kingdom, we will have a continuing supply of young people here over the next 10 years. We offer a very attractive financial package to companies coming in who are prepared to expand our industrial base and to compete in external markets. And we have a very pleasing quality of life for people here in Northern Ireland.
However, the grants will remain an integral part of the board's strategy.
We can give both grant aid and loans, and we can also invest in companies by way of share capital. So we have a very extensive package which we can tailor to each individual project so that we can meet its particular needs. Violence is confined to very small areas. It has not affected industrial life to any great extent, and in fact most companies, in fact virtually all companies, have been able to carry on normal operations here as if they were in any other part of the United Kingdom.
The IDB has identified automotive components as an area the province can specialize in, and its biggest success to date was in the enticement of French multinational car components company Montupet to a site with an inglorious past. 10 years ago, this was the scene of the biggest corporate disaster in Northern Ireland history, the collapse of the DeLorean sports car company. But the arrival from France of Montupet has brought jobs to this unemployment black spot in West Belfast. The $164 million investment is the biggest single initial investment by any overseas company in Northern Ireland. It opened for business 2 years ago after setting up a high-technology foundry and tool-room facility to manufacture cylinder heads for Ford. The company has already started making other components for car manufacturers other than Ford, and Montubé hopes to be employing over 1,000 people by 1994, when the plant will be fully operational.
At the beginning, when we hired people, they were used to tell us, are you going to last long? Because, they had 10 years ago a very bad experience with DeLorean. And so I understand their concern. And so the answer is that our market is very secure because our customers are, big multinational car manufacturers. When you start a new engine with a car manufacturer like Ford, is for 10 or 15 years. So I do not know exactly what are the working conditions all around Europe, but I do know what the working conditions are in France, and here they are reasonably better than in France. I mean, people are more flexible, they are more keen to learn, they take initiatives, and for starting up a plant from scratch, it was very, very, very helpful. Belfast has got 2 big universities, and as you know, when you start up an operation from scratch, you need bright people, and we are able to attract good people from both universities.
That close cooperation between industry and the local universities has not only proved an attraction to foreign investors, but has also been instrumental in the development of some of the province's leading local companies, especially those in the high technology field. Here at BIS, much of the company's success is put down to its research links with the local universities of Queen's and Ulster. Research, it says, has helped it stay ahead of its rivals. Founded 17 years ago as a software production company, BIS Information Systems has a turnover of $13 million and is now part of the mighty American NYNEX Corporation, one of the world's largest information services organizations.
We're basically a service industry, and the key is, of course, having good staff, good quality staff, well-motivated staff, and providing good products and services to our clients, which are mostly clients outside the province. We have excellent universities here in the north of Ireland, 2 universities, and the vast majority of the staff employed in this building and in the other buildings that we have are graduates of our local universities.
But if attracting foreign industry is still an uphill task, there are no such problems for Northern Ireland's retail sector. Over the last 18 months, the sector has experienced a boom, which has brought many familiar high street names to Belfast, the region's capital.
Belfast people are very resilient people, right throughout the history. And they are coping with the circumstances as they happen. But there's no lack of confidence there.
Unlike many parts of Europe, Northern Ireland has escaped the worst of the recession, cushioned by public spending, which will this year total around $11.5 billion. Here at the new University of Ulster, Professor Ewart is well aware of the problems that face industry in producing for a world market.
I would not want to say that on the 1st of January 1993 that they are absolutely ready for the European challenge. But it is certainly a step in the right direction that they should be aware of and are actively preparing for that particular challenge. The advantage of our companies going into Europe is of moving out of 1.25 million people market into a massive market. The advantage of a European company coming into Northern Ireland to get a share of 1.25 million people is not such a big advantage to them. So it's to create a base here from which to attack the European market, and that's the real reason why the European companies like Michelin and so on will continue to come here. Why don't you come? Why don't you come for a weekend? Or why don't you come and look around and see the way that we live?
And that's the message from everyone here in the province. Come and see for yourself. The problem still